Hey everyone, welcome back to Nurse Love Addiction. Last time we discovered that Asuka had been kidnapped by a researcher from the Hayazawa research facility. And we also found out that Itsuki's Dojin game group has been a cover for a group of researchers from the facility to continue to carry out activities that the lab was once associated with when it was still standing. Thankfully, before Sumika, the woman who kidnapped us, could kill us, which she wanted to do, Itsuki came to our rescue, and we knocked the woman out, and we are on our way, or we're about to be on our way to leave. So without further ado, let's continue on. I get on Itsuki's big scooter, which was parked in front of the apartment. The summer night air is still a little warm, and even after the scooter has gained some speed, it doesn't feel that chilly. As we're driving along, both Itsuki and I remain silent. The stars are sparkling in the night sky, those faraway stars. I can't help thinking about it again. She drops me off in front of the station.
ここからは歩いて帰れるか？ほら、寮まで行ったら大幸妹にすげえ怒られそうだからさ。
Itsuki gets off as well, so we're both standing there, facing each other.
一人で平気。
Oh, sorry, I cut off that line. Because of this eternal why repeating itself in my mind again and again, I had forgotten to thank her. But then I finally say it. Itsuki shakes her head with a serious expression.
マジで悪かった。気にしないでよ。ちゃんと助けてもらっちゃったし。
Why?
そんなの分かってるじゃん。私。
Itsuki keeps silent with a rare expression of guilt on her face. Noticing this, I laugh.
でもよかったよね。私に何かあったら、それってアスカが戻ってこれないってことでもあるもんね。そしたら困るでしょ、いつきも。お前。なんか避けたり無視したりしててごめんね。助けてくれたお礼ってんじゃないけど、また付き合うから。昔の話。記憶取り戻せるように努力してみるし。よろしくお願いします。
I don't even understand why I'm saying this myself. Itsuki's the one who wants to bring Miss Sakuya and Asuka back together. Though I do still have my doubts about that.
サクヤさんと私がどうこうっていうのはどうなるかわかんないけど。
Even though I'm speaking to her so positively, Itsuki isn't giving me any reply. Itsuki remains silent for a few moments. In the meanwhile, car after car passes by and a few trains arrive at the station before departing again. Then Itsuki opens her mouth and stutters.
そうだな。
She averts her gaze as she's saying just this single word. I have no idea even to what exactly she's saying, yeah. Then Itsuki gets back on her scooter and speaks without looking at me, almost as if she were talking to herself.
もうこんなこと起きないようにするから。
Yeah, that would be nice. I mean, if we're talking about the same thing, the kidnapping.
アスカに迷惑はかけない。二度とこんなことないから。安心して。
Something strikes me as odd.
でも
I'm sensing something strange about Itsuki's behavior, but I don't know what it is, and I don't know the meaning behind it. As I'm wondering about this, Itsuki continues.
ラボは潰す。本当はもっと早くそうすべきだったんだ。潰すって。
I mean, do you have that kind of power to get rid of the laboratory? It seems to me like Itsuki's been kind of like not conned, but she's been blackmailed in, apparently, right? I want to ask her how, but she's already taking off. She quickly disappears into the distance, out of my range of vision. I'm left standing alone in front of the station. I try repeating Itsuki's words in my mind, but I don't have even the slightest idea how she could go about getting rid of the lab. There are some things which you can't figure out just by thinking about them, so I decide to go back to the dorm. I start walking, but then halt in place.
あ、お醤油まだ買ってないよ。
From that night onward, Itsuki has removed herself from my surroundings. I'm rolling around in my bed. Holding my smartphone in my hand, I open my message history. There are several texts which I sent to Itsuki, but not a single reply. The tables have been turned. In the past, I was the one who ignored her. Yes, this is very typical of the two of you doing this role reversal thing. This thought has occurred to me, but... I sit up and climb out of bed. Now is at school. Since she's usually the teacher's little favorite, she's helping to teach her with some tasks.
こんなこと起きないようにするから。アスカに迷惑はかけない。二度とこんなことないから安心して。ラボは潰す。本当はもっと早くそうすべきだったんだ。
That's what Itsuki told me, but that was at the start of summer vacation, already 2 weeks ago.
会ってないといえば、Sakuyaさんも。
Miss Sakuya hasn't been coming to school for longer than that. I guess her situation at home must be tough.
私とItsukiのこと、Sakuyaさんに言ってない。
Though I mutter this to myself, I don't have a clue what exactly I should say to her.
あなたの恋人からあなたとより戻すように言われてるんだ。
Right? Right. Listen, I think, well, no. I mean, I want to think that Sakuya would be okay with this arrangement, but that's just me. Even just imagining it makes me feel ridiculous.
ダメだ、意味わかんない。だいたい私はどうするんだっていうのが。
Or rather,
どうしたいって思ってるのか。
suddenly my smartphone starts ringing in my hand. Surprised by the sudden call, I look at the display. For a moment, I wonder if it might be Itsuki, but I'm wrong.
Hiromiさん。
Oh, what does Hiromi want with us? The name and number shown on my display are those of Hiromi Sano. From the cutesy laboratory, or just the laboratory, rather. Thinking about it, I suppose I must have exchanged numbers with her last summer at the event. I wonder what she's calling me for.
もしもし。
You know, and I'm still wondering about the game, because that's a whole lot of effort to put into presentation. Actually like designing a game and then on top of it going to a convention and making a cosplay outfit. Like, something about this still hasn't been explained that's going to be super significant. It has to. Because that is a lot of effort for a presentation of just covering up the lab research or whatever criminal activities they might still be engaged in, but be involved with. I pick up the call.
Asuka-chan. Watashi, Hiromi.
I can hear Miss Hiromi's voice. Her tone is bright, but I also pick up a sense of tiredness in her voice.
はい。
Miss Hiromi might not know where Itsuki is right now, or Miss Hiromi might know where Itsuki is right now and what she's been up to. I decide to ask her as this thought passes my mind.
いつきから聞いてる？え？やってくれたわ、あの子。ラボを潰すって。
Why do I feel like that's not necessarily a good thing? I mean, it doesn't feel like it would be a good thing if Hiromi's telling this to us. Why are you telling this to us, Hiromi? I take a gulp of air. So Itsuki was serious.
はい。でも詳しくは全然。難しい話じゃないわ。ラボ。ゲームサークルの方じゃないラボね。
Well, clearly, but Hiromi, I feel like you're taking this really well. I mean, why would you share this news with us? Miss Hiromi is speaking to me on the assumption that I know what she's talking about. Well, I do know what she's talking about. Which I have to take back what I said just a few minutes earlier about there being a lot of presentation for criminal activity, because actually that's exactly what you need, is a lot of presentation. That's actually good business sense. Or maybe not business sense, but that's good, like, that's smart from Itsuki's perspective. Of course you'd go all the way for making a game and going to convention to hide your criminal activities.
そういう証拠を一切合切警察に流しやがったのよ、Itsukiは。
Well, why didn't she just do that in the first place? I mean, no one was holding her accountable? Like, I feel... Why would have Itsuki engaged with them for so long if she could have just, you know, exposed them all for all the criminal activity? Because, I mean, they weren't holding, there was no, like, I don't know, maybe it was just pressure or something. But that seems a little safe.
私もしばらく隠れてたけど、ここまでみたい。
I just...
そろそろ逃げ切れない。これが最後になるわね。
Well, don't outrun them. I mean, well, I guess, depending on the illegal activities, maybe you do have to outrun some people. But why are you calling us? This is weird. You seem to be taking it very well, too. I'm lost for words. After all, this conversation is so surreal. But then something crosses my mind.
じゃあ、Itsukiも逮捕されちゃうの？
I mean, is that why Itsuki didn't do it in the first place? Because technically, since she was involved, she would be held accountable. But why? I guess if she was engaged in the illegal activities. I mean, she did have that gun in the now route that she got on the black market. Hey, that makes sense all of a sudden. Wow.
しないでしょうね。いろいろ調べられはしたみたいだけど。何せあの子、厳密にはラボの人間じゃなかったし。
Right, that's what I thought. So why did she just do this in the first place and save herself the trouble? I still think there's something about the game that's gonna be significant and come up and is unexplained, because clearly if Itsuki was doing all the work for doing the illustrations and then taking Asuka to the convention, like, she seemed really into it, so maybe that's the reason why she didn't get rid of the lab sooner. But then why would you need the criminal activity in the cover for the game, for creating the game? Questions. Oh, I feel like I've heard that before.
じゃあその樹は今さあわからないわね私にもそうですか
If even Miss Hiromi doesn't know, I suppose there's no way for me to find out. After summer vacation started, I sent a message to Miss Sakuya asking her, "Have you met up with Itsuki recently?" She replied to me that she hadn't. I sigh without even realizing it.
もうどこ行っちゃったんだよああそうじゃなかった
Miss Hiromi sounds as if she was just reminded of something.
こんな話するためにアスカちゃんに電話したんじゃなかったの本題
Oh, okay. Well, maybe we could have started with the main subject. But all you lab researchers are all so long-winded, you just can't get to the point soon enough, can ya?
本題ウィザードナースプリマ
I knew it! Alright, Hiromi, what's the deal? Tell me, girl. Hearing Miss Hiromi say this comes as a surprise, but at the same time, not really. It's the game the laboratory was working on as a cover. Itsuki told me that the development had been suspended, though, and that it might not get finished. Itsuki wrote the script, the story of
あなた
it.
のところに送ろうと思って未完成だけどはいデータを CD に焼いてね一応エンディング手前まではプレイできるはずよああ分岐も全然仕上げてないからクリックするだけの一本道だけど私のところにええパソコンの中に残しておいてもしょうがないものだし樹のところに送ってもねアスカちゃんは公式レイヤーなんだし持っててもらうにはふさわしいかなって思って
I don't know how I feel about having a game and being the official cosplayer of a game that was meant to cover up criminal activity.
そうかな、
Yeah. I don't really
ま
understand.
だ出してないけど多分 4,5 日中には届くはずよ
Wait, how do you have my address? How do you have my address? That scares me.
はあ、あ、そうだ何かしら一応あまり悠長に話してもいられないんだけど一つだけ聞いてもいいですかいいわ一つだけでも手短にお願いなんでプリマは制作中断したんですかあ
Miss Hiromi keeps silent for a moment.
私のせいなのかしらねひろみさんの私にもわからないけれど言ったのよ途中までできてたプリマを走らせてる時に気づいたこと樹にねこれって昔あった特撮番組のエンジェリックパワードに似てるわねってエンジェリックパワード
I've never heard of this TV show.
その日の夜樹一人でプリマに触ってたみたいだけど翌日にね作るのやめたって言い出してそのままでもなんでさあそこまではごめんなさいそろそろ電話切るわ移動しないとちょっと待って
I say this even though I don't think she can wait any longer. But though I thought she'd hang up right away, that doesn't happen either. At last, Miss Hiromi says one more thing.
あの子、いつきはあなたのためにラボを潰したのね。
After Miss Hiromi says this, the line is disconnected. Well, that was a weird call to get. Itsuki, where are you? That night, I lie in my bed sending text messages. Where are you now? No reply. You're reading my messages, aren't you? Please answer me. No reply. Come on, answer me. No reply. I want to talk about Itsuki. Can we talk? Come to my dorm room tomorrow. I'll be there. Who are we talking? Are we talking to Sakuya? I assume? After classes have ended, I head towards Itsuki's and Miss Sakuya's room. I stand in front of the door and ring the bell.
開いているわ。どうぞ。
Oh, Sakuya, I missed you. How are you? It's been a while since I heard Miss Sakuya's voice. I swallow with an audible gulp and open the door.
いらっしゃい、アスカ。
It's been a while since I've seen Miss Sakuya's face.
久しぶり。ずっと実家に？そうね。今日もたまたま。また戻らなくてはいけないわ。大変なんだ。大きな家だとそれなりにね。もともと母はワンマンな当主だったし。そっか。あ、学校は？休学することにしたわ。今日学校に届け出も出してきた。それって留年するということね。来年もう一度2年をやるわ。
I'm not sure how I should respond to that.
現実的な前向きに考えた無理をしない判断よ。これでよかったと思ってる。そうだよね。ずっと大変そうだし。
I understand it logically. My head understands it. But
もう咲夜さんと同じクラスに通えないんだ。まさか私の方が1年遅れるとは思ってなかったけれど、おかしいわね。
Miss Sakuya says this and has a little laugh, but I vigorously shake my head.
おかしくなんか残念だけど。
It's a little funny, Asuka. It's a little funny.
そうね。それで、いつきの話というのは？
As Miss Sakuya brings the conversation to the main topic, my heart starts beating in my throat.
気になって連絡を取ろうとしてみたけれど、電話もメールもつながらないの。これまでそういうことはよくあったから、さほど心配はしていないけれど。アスカは事情を知っているの？知ってるといえば知ってるような。
Right, where do we even start with this? There's a lot of information. Sakuya, you might want to sit down.
ああ、待って。
I was just about to start stuttering my story, but Miss Sakuya stops me. I'm a little taken aback.
駅前の果物屋で美味しそうなリンゴを見かけたから買ってきたの。剥くわ。
I notice a grocery bag on the ground near Miss Sakuya's feet. It's filled with bright red, ripe apples. Miss Sakuya enters the kitchen and comes back with the kitchen knife. She sits down on her desk chair and starts peeling one of the apples slowly and carefully.
平気よ。話して。うん。咲夜さん、リンゴの皮剥けたんだ。あら、失礼ね。できないと思っていたの。
Right? I mean, peeling apples isn't necessarily a talent. I think it's pretty easy to do.
ああ、ほら、お嬢様だし、
Wow.
なんて言いますか。正解よ。剥けるようになったのはそう昔じゃないわ。え？去年母が倒れて亡くなる前、看病していた頃にね。私が剥いたリンゴを食べたいとわがままを言ってきて。
Oh, now I'm sad.
お母さんが。リンゴの皮も剥けない娘を残していけないとか、自分だって剥けないくせにね。へえ。それで？はい。
Right, let's... Asuka, focus.
いつきの話あるのでしょ？そうか。
Right, that's why I texted Miss Sakuya yesterday night, and that's why I'm here. Not sure how much exactly Miss Sakuya knows, I start talking.
咲夜さんが実家に戻ったりしてる間にいろいろあったんだ。順を追って話すね。
I tell her about how Itsuki showed me that video at the karaoke place, and about all the times we met to talk about the past.
まったくあの子ったら。
Miss Sakuya heaves a big sigh and speaks with astonishment.
話してしまったのはしょうがないけれど、なお怒っていたでしょ。約束を破ったのだから。ちょっとそうかもしれないけど、でもこうなるんじゃないかって思ってたらしくて、それほど。
I mean, it was bound to happen eventually. It seems to me like everyone's a lot better off once we all remember that we had a past together.
そうね。私たちはここで会ってしまったのだもの。
We ended up meeting each other at Tato Academy. Coincidence? Or destiny?
でも、いつきはどうしてそのことをアスカに？いつきから聞いて。何を？私と咲夜さんが昔付き合ってたって。それでいつきは私に記憶を取り戻させて咲夜さんと復縁させたいって考えてたみたいで。
Oh, don't look so upset, Sakuya. Miss Sakuya stays silent for a long time, but then speaks.
バカね。変わってないわ、昔と。
Miss Sakuya mutters this while her eyes seem to be gazing somewhere far away, seemingly deep in her own world of thoughts. Not sure whether I should have talked about all of this. I can't help but just stand there uneasily. Fidget. Oh, now Sakuya looks mad. Don't kill the messenger, okay? Oh, now she looks okay again. Unable to bear the silence any longer, I decide to ask.
何？
Miss Sakuya shifts her gaze towards me.
エンジェリックパワードって知ってる？なぜ？
Oh, I think that's a yes.
話せば長くなるんだけど。
And like this, I continue the story and tell Miss Sakuya about the laboratory. Miss Sakuya also knew about the cutesy laboratory, but she didn't know that it had just been a cover to disguise itself to the outside world. I tell her that even though it was just a cover, they were actually developing a game, but that Itsuki unilaterally decided to cancel the project.
その理由がエンジェリックパワードっていう番組みたいなの。特撮番組って言ってたかな。知っているわ。え、本当？ええ、よく。センターにいた頃、あなたが好きだったヒーロー番組よ。
Oh, we've come full circle! We've come full circle! Oh.
私が？
My eyes are wide in surprise. I couldn't have imagined that at all. That I used to be that kind of girl.
あなたはよく主人公の真似をしてごっこ遊びをしていたわ。
Which makes sense about Asuka, which makes sense that Asuka would think or would equate being a nurse to being some kind of superhero, and why Prima is like nurse themed, but inherently, or I shouldn't say inherently, but also like violent. Violent. There we go.
よっぽど気に入っていたのね。だからあの夜。
Miss Sakuya stopped mid-flow.
あの夜？何？いいえ、なんでもないわ。忘れて。気になる。
No, we're not on that route, Asuka. Don't get to find that out when you're on this route.
忘れなさい。
I really do like how the game has intertwined these three routes. It makes for great like replay value and going through the other routes to get like all the little pieces of information. She lightly glares at me and I back off in disappointment. I continue talking about the laboratory. How the cutesy laboratory was actually a group called The Laboratory, how I became their target of investigation, and how I got abducted.
誘拐？
Yeah, it was super scary, Sakuya. Itsuki rescued me, but sometimes I kind of wish it was you. I mean, what? We're not on that route. Miss Sakuya had been listening quietly up to this point, but as I reach this topic, she does react with shock.
で、樹がラボは潰すって言って、本当に潰れたみたいで。それから樹がどこに行ったのかはわかんないんだ。私も。そう。
Miss Sakuya drops her tone a little as she says this, and then...
それより、いつから？樹、普通に呼び捨てにしているわね。
Oh.
あ、うん。昔の私は呼び捨てにしてたからって、そう呼べって前に。そう。わかったわ。
I don't feel at all like I explained the whole thing well, but Miss Sakuya looks as if she understands the situation.
いろいろなことがあったのね。私がいない間に。あ、ちょっと待っていて。
Miss Sakuya picks up the apple she's peeled and heads to the kitchen. She comes back with a white plate and 2 small forks. She sits back down on the chair and looks at me.
アスカは樹のことが好きなの。
Whoa, Sakuya, that's a serious accusation. Come on, girl. Well, we'll see what Asuka says next time. So, until then, take care.